Yeah. Oh, it's time for GWAG Tip of the Week with former pro basketball player, now trainer and coach, Marquis Navarre. Now, some tips, they're for the game. And some tips, they're for the game within the game. Yet all tips seek to adjust that mind frame. So let's get it. GWAG Tip of the Week.
All right, for this week's tip of the week, I'm going to talk about how you can prepare yourself for a game when you're dealing with pre-game nerves. Like having nerves before a game, like it can either fuel you to the right direction or it can kind of cripple you. And but for me, I think the first thing you need to do is you need to really realize that it's actually like nerves are a good thing. Once you start really thinking that I'm nervous because I care, I'm nervous because I really want to do well, I'm nervous because this means something to me, and understanding that that's actually a good thing. And so just reframing the way that you look at nerves and you think about if they're positive or negative. First things first, think of them as a positive thing, and that they're going to help you, and you can use them as fuel to channel yourself into the game. But my nervous, the way I deal with nerves, it starts before the night before the game. All right, you have to really prepare yourself mentally and physically for the game before the game starts, and I start that, like I said, the night before the game with my meal that I eat at night, and making sure I got the right sleep and getting the right hydration. Now, this is like something that a lot of players overlook, but having your body properly fueled and rested is going to help you deal with those nerves, because you're going to feel more prepared. The more prepared that you feel, the less that the nerves are going to go in the other direction, and they're actually going to move in the way that you're moving. So again, making sure you even prepare your body with the right fuel is so important. The next thing is to prepare yourself mentally. So again, the night before the game, I might do some visualization before. I actually picture myself walking into the gym, walking into the arena that I'm playing in, and visualize myself walking in there with confidence, being cool, calm, and collected amongst the whole crowd, amongst the noise. And doing that visualization, like what I'm going to look like walking in, but then also visualizing the things that I'm nervous about in the game, like the things that I feel like are the mistakes I might make. I'm actually visualizing those things that could happen, and I'm actually seeing myself doing it successfully. And also picturing myself, if I don't do it successfully, how am I actually going to respond to mistakes? Because the game's not perfect. So doing your visualization the night before the game is going to help you with those nerves. The next thing is creating routines. All right. For me, again, it's about having a physical, a mental, and like a skill set routine. So for me, the way I mentally get ready and get my nerves out of the way is I have a playlist that I put on. So whatever music I'm listening to, like I'm trying to absorb that energy from the music. So for me, I'm going some Tupac, some Kendrick Lamar, some Nipsey, something along those lines where I can just grab their energy and try to grab some confidence from them and use that as fuel for my game. The next routine, again, I'll have like a pre-game stretch, and like where I actually warm my body up and have my body ready for the game. I think, again, a lot of the nerves come from when you're not ready and you're not prepared. So you see so many kids and players walk into a gym and they're just sitting around until the warm-ups happen. But if you go to an NBA game, you can get there 2 hours before the game. You see Steph is on the court doing his 2-ball dribbling, going through a shooting routine. You see all the great players, they show up before the game and they have a routine. So practice, have a routine, have a pregame routine that is separate from what you do with your team and the layup lines and your dynamic warmups. Have your own personal routine before you join the team before the game. And the last tip is once the game starts, again, you ever get like punched in the mouth and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm not thinking anymore. I'm just doing. So you have to get that. You have to do that like when you insert yourself in the game. Now, rather than waiting for you to get punched in the mouth, within the first play or two within the game, you have to go essentially like punch someone else in the mouth or do something like just extremely hard so that like successful or not, you're just going to go as hard as you can. And that's going to help get the nerves out of the way. So for example, the first time I might grab the ball, I might just drive it to the basket, 2 bounces, and try to finish at the rim as hard as I can. Now, make or miss is not